Good evening, this is N4QAD, November 4, Quebec Alpha Delta, Nick Zerker, and I'm a ham with the Shelby County Aries group, and what we're doing today is messing with some FLmsg. So let me go ahead and fire out the program and we'll get right into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get FLmsg installed. I already downloaded it. Again, I'll put the link down at the bottom of the YouTube and or in the description, but double click on it. Yes, we want it to go ahead and make changes. Continue. That's fine. And install. It only takes a second. After it's installed, we can go ahead and get rid of this install file. It's fine, make that disappear. Now, the one other piece you want is this right here. This is called the Scares Radiogram. This is a HTML program that I created, and again I'll have the link, you can grab it down there. And just like FLmsg, when we were moving those macros in there, we're not going to the FLmsg files. I don't know why they didn't put them into the same. We're actually going to the mbems.files, and inside here, oops, it's not going to be there yet, so we have to fire up FLmsg once. So when you fire up FLmsg, it's going to come up like this. Well, if you used it in the past, you're going to say, hey, where's all my buttons, where's all my gizmos, where's everything at? What you have to do is just change it to expert dialog, but it's not that simple. You actually have to come in here, go to config again, go to user interface, and change it to expert. So basically every time you load it, it will come up into this format, and this is what we want it to come up in. So let's close this all down, and let's check in here now. There they are. Yeah, it looks like we had to fire it up for the first time before all these folders come up here. So under here there's a folder called custom, and that's where our custom form will go for our Scares radiogram. And once that's in there, let's go ahead and fire back up. What I usually do is have FLmsg running in the background. So yeah, go ahead and fire that up. If you want to learn more about FLmsg, go ahead and check out my other video before this. It'll be in part of the playlist. That'll talk you through it, getting that guy set up. It can be kind of a beast once you get used to it and it's set up. It's great, but there is some stuff to learn. So I have FLmsg or FLmsg open, so let's go ahead and open FLmsg, and there's our expert call sign. So again, I'm going to emulate KZUK here, and you can change this at any time, and I'll put Nick Zerker, date time, files. I don't think we need to do anything else on this. Nope, that's it. So the nice thing about FLmsg is, since it's using FLmsg to actually send it, encode it and everything, it is pretty nice in that way. So let's go back to FLmsg. Let's go and let's fire up that form. And actually, let's look at some of the different forms they have. They have drag and drop and blank. I'm not really going to get into that. But, you know, cat forms, ICS forms, or yeah, there's ICS forms, Hicks, Mars, ARL radiogram, Red Cross, weather, or actually this is just a file transfer. So there's lots of different ones in here. So this is the ARL radiogram right here. You know, it's the standard form that you've seen with you know, with all of them. Let's see here, 213. So originating, and then responder back over here. So it's not bad working inside this program, but we're all used to working in websites and filling out forms a lot better. So that's why I made this guy. Now it may not look like much here, but if you go ahead and Again, I'll go do that again. Form, custom forms, scarce radiogram. And as you can see here, because it says custom, that means, hey, this was in the custom folder that we just dropped in there. You go ahead and select it, and go up here and choose Edit Form. And what it'll do is actually fire up a website. And this is all you have to fill out. So let's emulate what we did the other day during training. Houston PD requires support. Name Nick or Nick, whatever. QAD. Oops, no, I'm UK radio. UK 2 N for QAD, QTH, Houston, Ohio. Date. You can either type it in, or if you hit the down arrow, the little thing, bam, I'm going to put today's date in here. Right now it's 10:35 p.m. And no, you can't do 24-hour time. I was looking to do that, but it's an HTML5 limitation, so not much we can do here. So the incident level, it's level 2, request. Use emergency only with life and limb situations. Let's go ahead and enter our message. Houston PD request support from Sydney PD. This is a training video. Because I'm going to send this live. I don't think anybody will pick it up, but you got to put your training video message. Please disregard. Guard. Did I spell that right? It's fine. So then you go ahead and scroll down, and what it says here, submit at the bottom of the page, verifying the following settings in FLmsg. Compression, or comp, is unchecked. We're using PSK 500R, and is selected, and then click auto send. So first we got to do is submit it. And boom. You know that you submitted it if you go back down, and there's no submit button anymore. So if you go back to FLmsg, now it's a CSV file. It's filled out. Scarce radiogram, incident name, incident operator, all that stuff's filled out. The one thing about custom forms is you need to have the same, the form has to be on both sides. So if you have a custom form and the other side doesn't know what that is, then they don't know what to do with it. So again, like what it said before, make sure compression is unchecked. Even though it says, hey, it'll take 26 seconds compared to 34 seconds, leave it unchecked. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, in my testing, I found that it actually is faster than the numbers lie. So what I found, even on this, with compression, it's actually physically faster not to use compression. Text-based stuff will just go faster. So again, we're going to make sure that we have the right codec chosen, PSK 500R in this case. We can go ahead and close that form, and let's get this thing sent. Actually, let me check FLmsg real quick here. Use the change setting macro that I showed in the other video, and let's auto send. Now, since it's the first time I use this form, it's going to ask me to save it. So it's under the ICS messages up here. You can save it wherever you want. Probably best just to leave it back where it was, but that's all right. So now that it's saved, we can send it. And as you can see here, it's going and send it off. It's wrapping it with the file name, what version of message we're using. And then the nice thing is, it's actually smart. So it only sends the fields that we've filled in. That's it. So our message is now sent, and on the other computer, we can actually see this come up. Kind of hard to type at an angle. Has been notified. Response expected in 30 plus minutes. This is a test message for a training video. Please disregard. Alright. So now, just as before, because we went to edit it, there's a submit form button again. We can submit it, close it, and if we look back over here, now we're going to start seeing that there is other fields filled in. Instant message, but reply message 1. Sydney PB has been notified, blah blah blah. So let's go ahead and send it from our side and see what it looks like from the other side. And it also asks you to save it here too. So there we go, we switch screens and you can see that coming in. And again, you can see it in plain text, which is what I love about it and not doing compression. It took about, I don't know, 30 seconds or so to send it. If you look, a new field popped up. Received messages. So, and that's from FLmsg. So FLmsg basically said, hey, there's been a received message. Go ahead and view it. So then you can either do one of two things. If you just want to view what they sent back, you can fire this up. Alright. And sure enough, there's their response. From N4QAD to KZUK, blah blah blah. So when you're viewing it, you can't edit it and change it. So if you find you can't edit it, or if you can edit it and there's no submit button, it's because you chose to view it. If you want to respond again, you have to edit form. Come down here. Come on, computer, think about it. Alright. Come down here, and again, it's a back and forth. So pretty straightforward. You can bounce back and forth, and you know, keep track of it. So you know, even as you know, I respond to this, the response will be back and forth, back and forth. So you have record. So when, let's say you're sitting in KZUK and you're helping out, you got a couple people out in the field with go boxes doing different digital things, different incidents, different situations. It's pretty darn nice when you can quickly see, alright, what is this guy talking about? Oh yeah, it was this incident. The other nice thing is you can actually see what's going on. So as every time it's sent back, you can see every reply. It's all together. You can reopen it, you know, and you can actually have open multiple different ones, and then as a new one comes in, boom, it automatically says, hey, we just received this. And it puts in the list. You only saw one of them in that list, but there can actually be multiples in that list. So let's give an example of it right here. Let's go ahead and open one up. And as you can see here, you know, it just depends on when you save them. Because when you do receive them, you know, it asks you to save them. So open this guy back up. We can go right back in, edit that form, resend it to them, and we're good to go. So, and you can open as many forms as you want. You can also go to File, New, and it understands that, hey, I'm on the HTML editable form, and it'll create a new custom form just for you. Go ahead and fire this up here. So as you can see here, I designed it for 10 replies, which should be enough for almost all of them. But as I put down here, if you do need more replies, just start a new incident. So again, file, new, and it'll actually create a new incident and save it. Let me show that to you real quick here. All right, fire this up, file, save as, and you can rename it to whatever you want. So in this case, you might -2. And then when I go into, you can also rename this that part into something that means something. Not just this call sign. It could be Houston PD, or something about the incident. So when you look at it, you know what it's about, what that incident was, and I can quickly call it back up. So now this guy's ready. Now you can go in here and edit the -2, delete out all the responses, maybe leave the last one, and then start replying again. That way you have some continuity as you go through all of this. So that's pretty well I wanted to show you guys. This is, obviously FLmsg. Go ahead and check out the other video for FLdigi. It should be in the one preceding this in the playlist. The file for the radiogram.html I will have in the link below. Make sure you subscribe for 2 reasons. One, it gets us the ability to eventually down the road to get a vanity URL, so we can actually start putting that out there. It also allows you to know when we get a new video up and running. So one other thing I wanted to talk about right here was when you change your incident level during a reply, make sure that you comment down in the reply, I changed the incident level, because a lot of people won't see that check mark changed. So just let us know that for sure. So that's pretty well it. If you do have any questions, comments, throw them below and we'll get it to you. This is 73N4QAD. Have a great night.